Okay, good afternoon, traders. Today is October 31st, 2023. Happy Halloween. It's the BYOB Market Wrap Up with John Kerrigan. That's me. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Let's take a look at the markets. So let's go ahead and take a look at SPY. And we'll look at that on the daily chart. Got a little bit of follow through right here. Got a higher low and a higher high. Back into the T line, right into the midpoint right there for SPY. We'll see if they're going to follow through tomorrow or if we're going to get a pullback. So there's SPY on the daily chart. And if we back up, you can see we got lower highs and lower lows. We're still in a downtrend. All right, so SPY still in a downtrend here. All right, we'll see if we get any follow through from this price action right here. Still in an MMRP. We got either a 3-day or 2-day pattern going, but you can see here we got 2 days down, 2 days pullback. Here's 2 days for the first candle, and then we're looking for, here's 2 days for the second candle. Now we're looking for price action to come down here, probably to about the 409, maybe even the 4010 area. Sometime tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We're right into the midpoint right now. Of course, we got Mr. Powell speaks tomorrow, so anything could happen. All right, so there's SPY. Now let's take a look at FNGU. All right, so here we are with the FNGU. And we got lower highs and lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. Still in a downtrend. All right, so we had for price action today, we had a lower low and a lower high. So you can see price action is kind of rolling over off the T line here. So FNGU not really helping us out a whole lot today. Did have a nice green candle, but nice tail right there. But we did get some rolling happening there on the FNGU. Now, if we look at it on the 15-minute, let's see if we got a 15-minute uptrend still. And we still got higher lows and higher highs. We got a higher low, failed for the higher high here. Got ourselves a possible triple top on the 15. So we'll see if we gap down tomorrow or if we continue to grind up. That'll be the big question. Let's take a look at SPY. SPY on the 15-minute. Producing higher lows and higher highs. That's a false tail. Higher lows and higher highs. SPY looking better than FNGU right there. So there's SPY breaking out, making higher lows and higher highs. So let's go take a look at QQQ. Go back to the daily chart. And QQQ, we got lower highs and lower lows. So we have a downtrend happening. Price pulls back to the T line. A little bit of follow through here. We got an inside day. Then we had higher lows and higher highs the day before. And today we have about equal lows and higher highs. So nice follow through on the QQQ. We'll see how long they can keep that up. So you can see there. Check that out on the 15-minute. And we've got ourselves higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. So have a 15-minute uptrend still on QQQ. QQQ and SPY looking a little bit better than FNGU. All right, now let's take a look at IWM. This is our Russell 2000. Look at that on the daily chart. And on the daily chart, we have lower highs and lower lows and lower lows. Still in a downtrend. Price pulls back to the T line. Had an inside day yesterday, almost, the body was inside day. Today, higher low and equal high. So nothing really to brag about. Should have made a higher high. Not really a whole lot of strength there if it couldn't make the higher high after the doji. Really needed this to follow through. After you get a doji like this, you're looking for the follow through to kind of rip over the top of this. And the fact that this is not looking good. All right, so IWM not quite getting it done. Still in a downtrend. let me just say all 4 indices in FNGU still in a downtrend. So there's IWM. Now let's take a look at Diamond Dow. So here's Diamond Dow making the lower highs and lower lows. Definitely in a downtrend. Pull back to the T-line yesterday. Spiked the T-line today. Kind of closing up over it. That's very bullish to close up on the other side of the T-line. And if we look at the price action for today, you got a higher low and a higher high. So look at this on the 15 and we'll see we've got higher lows and yet again higher highs. So still in a 15-minute uptrend, but on the daily chart, still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at IYT. Here's our transports. Nice follow through, higher low, higher high, back at the T-line, looking good. Still all 3 underneath trend indicators. So that's, a lot of work to be done. Technically damaged here. So there's IYT pulling back to the T-line right there. On the daily chart, lower highs and lower lows. We got a downtrend happening right there. So there's Diamond. There's the transports still in a daily downtrend. Look at it on the 15 and we got higher lows and higher highs. So we got a 15-minute uptrend. So we get quite a few 15-minute uptrends with some daily downtrends. All right, let's go take a look at SMH. SMH got a lower high and a lower low, daily downtrend. Nowhere near the T-line. Got kind of a double inside day. And today's price action produced a lower high and a lower low. Closing up near the high of the day, but let me just say, that's not a really pretty candle. I like the tail. I like the tail at the bottom and the body. The fact that it's closing near the top, that's good, but we didn't quite beat yesterday's high. So that's not looking so good. Looks like more like consolidation over to the right on SMH. Do we have a 15-minute uptrend? I don't think so. We'll see. And no 15-minute uptrend, not even on SMH. That's not good. All right, let's take a look at XLF. And we'll look at that on the daily chart. Lower highs, lower lows. We have a downtrend. XLF in a daily downtrend. Back at the T-line. Closing over the T-line. That's very good. But price action, higher low, higher high. That's very good. So we got XLF, but still in a downtrend. Notice all 3 still underneath our trend indicator. So XLF in a daily downtrend. On the 15-minute, we have absolutely no pullback whatsoever. Wow. Can't even, it's a 15-minute uptrend, but there's no pullback there at all. So we got no higher low. We got a higher high, but no higher low. So I guess we'll call it a 15-minute uptrend, breaking over the top of this consolidation. So there's XLF. Let's take a look at silver on the daily chart. Silver is still in the consolidation channel. Still hasn't made the higher high yet. Still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Just consolidating right over here, right over 2050 yet again. It was in there before, fell out, then it jumped back in. So here's silver. GLD. GLD gave us a pullback today, not quite where I want it. Went a little bit further. I want it to hit minor support. It's probably going to use this as the minor support. So possibility I could pick some up tomorrow. Just kind of leg into it easy. I'd really like to see it come back hard to this area here, 179.45 or 180, but not quite there. I'm not going to chase it. I'll let it consolidate and find a low then. But there's GLD in an uptrend. No pullback yet. But, price action, the 3, the 8, everything all up over our trend indicator. Breaking the downtrend line, very good there. Breaking out the top of the resistance overhead at 180.79, that's very good. So you can see the bears took the consolidation and broke the support right here of the consolidation wedge, and you can see the bulls came back in and took it all back and more. So there's GLD, still looking for a pullback here, a little bit steeper. That's way too vertical for me. I'd like to see it kind of pull back to trend indicator. That would be a nice place for me to pick it up. We'll see what happens. So that's GLD. Take a look at USO. USO making higher lows and higher highs, consolidating still over the $74 level. And today's price action gave us a lower high and a lower low, and price action, all three underneath the trend indicator. We got the price, the 3, and the T line all underneath the trend indicator. USO in a daily uptrend, but challenging that uptrend right now, coming into this area right through here. So you can see it challenging the minor support yet again on USO, kind of just consolidating over to the right here. We'll have to see what happens, but still in an uptrend. Made a lower high, but who's to say that that's the end of that move? So there's USO, still in an uptrend with higher lows and higher highs. So there's USO. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG bounced back today with a vengeance. Left like a hanging cross down here. So here we got, came right out of the gate right here. 720 and drove it all the way up to 750. Target for this is $7.90 to $8 up there. So nice big igniting bar. This is probably an MMRP if you look at it. 3 candles up, 2 candles back, and then we're getting some follow through. We'll see what happens. UNG looking really good, making the higher low. Had a crisis of identity here. Didn't know if it wanted to be a bull or a bear. All right, so we had higher lows, another higher low. Now it looks like we got yet again another higher low and a higher high. So this thing can keep moving up like that. That's fine as long as it continues to make higher lows and higher highs. UNG is looking good for a possible breakout over $8. So UNG looking good. AMC, let's take a look at that. That was a rocket ride today. Very good on AMC for all of those of you that stuck with it. Here's AMC. This was I called it out yesterday over 960, right over the top of this. See this minor support right there? Right over the top, 966. Anywhere over 966 looks good. You'd have had a dollar move all the way up to 1066 today. 24-hour move right there. Whole dollar, 10%. Nice move on AMC. 15-minute uptrend, higher lows, higher highs. It's continuing to rocket. This thing could go to 100. We'll see what happens. Great big, what do we call this? Big teacup thing looking here. Nice big bowl. So this looks like it goes even higher than that. I think this comes up to 15 easily. We'll see what happens. But this is really looking good, AMC. On the daily chart, it's hard to see it because they split so many times. But you can see on the daily chart, see if I can drag it over. You can see on the daily chart, we got ourselves an uptrend here. Let's see if I can extend that. And you can see they're running away from that area right there. So this is still in an uptrend. And like I said, this is one of those stocks where you want to watch. And you see where all three, you get the 2 moving averages and the VWAP all crushed together here, kind of intertwined and kind of pushed together, consolidated in one spot, and then you watch for that breakout coming out of there. Those are the big moves you want to try to find, is that consolidation, that bullish consolidation. See how it's bullish because it goes up and then it stays in the upper 50%. This is what the kind of stuff you want to find when you're a trader. All right, you see that? See how it remains in the upper 50% and it just consolidates real tight, and then you wait for that breakout right over the top of that base. And that's your signal, for this is going to go challenge the recent high. So this is going to probably come up tomorrow. Would not doubt it if this is up over this 1125. At least up there and kiss it somewhere. But this is really looking good. AMC. Nice long. And I think here's the first move from 750 up to 11. So where could the second wave go? The second wave could possibly take us from 9, maybe to 15 or even 20. Second move is usually bigger than the first. Sometimes twice as big. So this is 7 to 11. That's $4. So let's count off an $8 move. Well, that gets us up right over this pivot here, which is at 14. So nice to see it come up and then come back and rest on that. So AMC looking good. I think AMC is going to take us up to, I'd say 18. You got 9 plus 8. That gives us 17. Maybe even further. We'll see what happens. But there's AMC. Nice consolidation breakout. Coming back up to challenge the highs. All right, let's take a look at the dollar index. All right, here's our dollar index. All right, so here's the July low. You can see we rallied up. Gets a little bit of minor support there and a little bit of minor support. So rallied up, pulled back to minor support. Can you see the crosshairs come all the way over 105? So 105.50, we found support right on minor support. And we've been consolidating ever since. And this is a bullish move up here. 2-day pullback and another big bullish move here. Wonder what's in store for us tomorrow. That's a bullish engulfing. That's a bullish engulfing. That one was a bullish engulfing. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of tail action down here. This is tail. This is tail. This looks like tail. I don't know. This looks like could grind a little bit higher. We'll see if it breaks out tomorrow. So there we go with that one, and we'll take a look at. Let's take a look at the earnings calendar. And the main event is tomorrow at 2 p.m. FOMC announcement's going to happen at 2 p.m. Then a little presser at 2:30. So that's the main event this week. This whole week we're talking about employment and unemployment and jobless claims and unemployment. All types of employment. Okay? That's what we're going to discuss this whole week. But the main event is the FOMC announcement at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow we got PMI manufacturing at 9:45, ISM manufacturing at 10, construction spending at 10, JOLTS at 10, and the main event at 2 p.m. Following day, we're going to discuss unemployment, jobless claims, productivity costs at 8:30, jobless claims at 8:30, factory orders at 10, EIA natural gas report 10:30, and the Fed's going to share the balance sheet. So that's today and tomorrow. Tomorrow and Thursday. Earnings calendar. For spooky Halloween, we got after the close, advanced micro devices. So AMD's going to report 155 billion. Who else is going to report after the close? Nothing really big. No, I don't want to join the survey. All right, so here we are. Qualcomm's going to announce tomorrow evening, 120 billion. Mondelez, about 90 billion after the close. Before the close, at the open, 87 billion. That's CVX. After the close, Airbnb, 75 billion. GlaxoSmithKline, I think that's they're going to report 72 billion, and they're before the open. And Humana is going to report before the open, 64 billion. And that's it for today. And well, actually, yeah, today and tomorrow, right there for earnings. And that's it for me today, traders. Hope you all had a wonderful day. What a choppy day it was. We can go look at some indicators so you can see how much chop we had. So here's our T2122. All right, so this is a 15-minute chart. Nothing but higher lows and higher highs on the Russell 2000. See right there, higher lows, higher highs. And we came back and put in, yet again, another higher low. So we'll see what happens from here. We're up into the midpoint. So I don't know if they roll back over or they continue going forward. We'll see what happens. This is T2122, 15-minute. It's rising out of the oversold zone. So we'll see what happens. Needs to take out that high right there. And it hasn't done it. Couldn't do it yesterday. Couldn't do it today. So still a lot of work to do. Got to get over that high. T2123. Selling for the most part of the day, and then a little bit of buying at the end of the day. So that's a good sign at the end of the day. T2123 3-bar. You can see price actions closing in on the trend indicator. It's not really closing in. Trend indicator's kind of catching up to it, if you ask me. Still stuck in the same spot. Just trend indicator's melting down to it. So there we are with T2123 3-bar. And our major indicator for SPY and QQQ, the FNGU. Okay, so we spent the morning selling and we spent the afternoon buying. How about that? And you can see we got some price action up over VWAP. Very nice. Notice it was not far away from yesterday's VWAP. Not so nice. If you draw a line right here where yesterday's VWAP ended, not so nice. So still a lot more work to do for the FNGU. Plus we got a falling 200 period moving average. So we'll see how this works out tomorrow. Maybe a gap up and then sell off in the afternoon. We'll see what happens. Okay, traders, I'll see everybody in YouTube land. Got some announcements to make pretty soon. We're going to have an open house. So everybody in YouTube land, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Traders, some of you traders, I'll see you tonight at the not the open house, at the e-learning in the free room. All right? So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hope to see you in the free room tonight at 8. If not, I'll see you in the morning at 8 a.m. All right? Everybody have a wonderful evening.